Arc Raiders was released in 1.0 in October, but has since seen a fair amount of new content added to the game in its various patches and updates. From big, new additions like new maps, new arc, and new weapons, to smaller changes like balance updates and cosmetics, here's everything you need to know about all the new stuff added to Arc Raiders since it launched. The biggest new content addition to Arc Raiders following its launch was Stella Montis, the northeastmost level on the map selection screen that was locked until the Northline update in November. The map is an abandoned robotics and space flight facility that's full of mechanical, technological, and industrial loot, among other things. The game launched with 4 sizable maps, so the addition of Stella Montis increased the size of the world significantly and provided plenty of new opportunities for raiders to find elusive, rare loot like the highly coveted rusted gear. The original release of Arc Raiders featured 15 different deadly Arc that players needed to learn how to deal with, whether that's taking them down head on or avoiding them entirely. The Northline November update added 2 more Arc to the fray with the Shredder and the Matriarch. The Shredder is a small but deadly Arc that's found in the hallways of Stella Montis. Outfitted with heavy armor plating, Shredders can be absolutely devastating if you encounter them without a plan or without heavy weaponry. The Matriarch is an Arc so big its presence alone is a map modifier. Similar to, but not to be confused with, the Queen, the Matriarch is a giant spider-like Arc that significantly increases the difficulty of the 3 maps it can spawn in: Dam Battlegrounds, Spaceport, and the Blue Gate. There's a lot of great gear to be found in Arc Raiders, however, the bread and butter of your kit will almost always be your weapons. Embark Studio has added a fair number of new offensive options to the game, like new mine and grenade types. However, the Aphelion Energy Battle Rifle is a new bit of legendary loot that's a solid combat option for taking down incoming Arc and shredding through hostile players' shields. It's not quite the clear S-tier weapon that many people were hoping for, but I'm certainly never going to turn my nose up at it if I find it or its blueprints out in the wild. As is the case with many live service games, Arc Raiders features limited time community events that give you plenty of free rewards to unlock with merit, the free currency gained each time you return to Speranza. At the current time of writing, the Flickering Flames event is in full swing for anyone who's played at least 5 rounds of the game while the event runs, which it will continue for until January 13th, 2026. These community unlock events run seasonally, so if you want to grab the cosmetics, raider tokens, and more, make sure to log into the game and play a few rounds before the event ends. One of the most compelling things about Arc Raiders is that every time you load into a map, you never know quite what you're going to encounter. One of the ways Embark Studios ensures this is with the various map conditions that can completely alter a level for a set amount of time. Some of the new map conditions added to the game since its launch are the Matriarch and the Snowfall conditions. We talked about the Matriarch before. The condition spawns in the deadly Matriarch boss, but Snowfall adds a seasonally appropriate weather condition that changes select maps into cold, snowy tundras. When Snowfall is active, visibility drops significantly, and you'll need to keep an eye on your footprints in the snow since other players with less than savory intentions might try to track you and steal all your stuff. Snowfall also adds the Frostbite status condition that causes your health to drain if you get caught outside in the cold. The Snowfall map condition will be in the game for a limited time with the Cold Snap update. If you've already gotten to the end of most of the vendor quests handed out by the residents of Speranza, fret not. Embark has added a whole slew of new quests with both the Northline and Cold Snap updates. There are plenty of requests for items and activities in Stella Montis, as well as new quests for older areas. If it's been a minute since you visited the traders in Speranza, make sure to swing by the next time you're playing and they'll have plenty for you to do. Raider decks are essentially Arc Raiders' version of battle passes that you might find in other live service games, and with the Cold Snap update, Embark is adding another free deck to the game. The Goalie Raider deck features plenty of solid loot as well as cosmetic pieces that make your Raider look like a futuristic hockey goalie. Similar to previous Raider decks, the Goalie deck is free of charge and can be unlocked by spending creds, which are awarded by completing daily feats. Luckily, the deck never expires, so you've got all the time in the world to start unlocking its content when the Goalie deck drops on December 26th. As is the case with all live service games, balance changes in Arc Raiders were inevitable. There has been too much minute fiddling from Embark for us to list everything that's been changed here. However, if you're looking for a full breakdown of all of the various balance changes that have come to Arc Raiders since it launched in October, head over to Embark's official website and you can see what sort of changes the studio has been making with each update. So that's everything you need to know about what's been added to Arc Raiders since the game launched. Because it's a live service game, expect plenty of new content to be added to it every couple of months. The current Cold Snap update is in full swing, but it's safe to say that Embark has plans to support the game for a long time, if its support for the finals means anything. For all things Arc Raiders, make sure to kick it with IGN.